We need people to control themselves then,
Just
I
be
can understand,
nice. Yeah.
you get
No, just
excited, it's a championship and, so they get something at the end. What do they get at the end? Do they get like
a
a
trophy.
little
They get,
trophy? Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
But they get a trophy. They get something. And my
Yeah.
kid, they get nothing. It's between
I
school
know.
stuff. So shut up.
Yes,
They have
it's
a
just,
trophy.
yeah.
They bring something home. Then they bring nothing except donuts and Gatorade. So I don't know what the big deal is. Calm down, people.
I think some people are there are a lot of parents who are super competitive.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm Veronique.
And I'm Silvia.
Welcome to the High Vibes and the Mind podcast,
where multicultural moms connect.
Hi, everybody. We're back for a podcast. Happy Monday. Hi, Silvia. How are you?
Good. How are you, Veronique?
Thank you. I'm good. I'm a bit tired, but I'm good. The kids again did something last night, couldn't sleep. So, yeah.
Do you have those days? Yeah.
Again.
You never know. Some nights we have good nights, bad nights with these kids.
They were both in my bed last night. And okay, so today we're gonna talk about parents and sport and how some of them sometimes misbehave and what you should and should not do because the kids are playing, you are not. So
yes,
we have some categories that we witness, or some of our friends also witnessed and told us about. So let's start with the first one. I think that's the most common one.
Yes, sideline coaches. Do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, can we first say what it is? I mean, the definition that we have. You want me to read it?
Yeah, you can read it.
So the sideline coaches, what we found is like some parents seems to forget they are not the coach, and they provide running commentary from the sidelines. Thank God I have a lot of bad experience with my kid playing sports. So she played volleyball last year, but that day was like, I was like, what is going on? It was maybe like the 5th time she had like a game. So we went to this other school and they were like very competitive. But the kids are in 5th grade. So calm down. Okay, this is not the Olympics, all right? They're not in first division. So we're all sitting, mixing with the other parents, and the kids are playing. Our team, they're not playing very well because this is their first year, so they don't really know how to play. But the other team, apparently, they are very good players. And they were losing. Okay, whatever, they're losing, but I think our kids, they don't really care. They just like to play together and have the snack at the end. That's all they care about, okay? So they're not there to compete, really. The parents behind me and my other friend's mother, I was like, what? And the dads, it wasn't even the moms. It was the dad yelling, come on, pass it, do something, run faster, pass it. I'm like,
run faster.
Run faster, run faster.
Oh, please.
And I'm like, who are they talking to? Are they watching something on their phone?
I hope they're talking to their kids, not to other kids, first of all.
Can you imagine talking to my kid? Run faster. No, they were talking to their kids. And I was looking at some of my friends over there and I'm like, is that really necessary? Because I think their team is actually winning. So even the yelling, it wasn't even needed. Your team is winning. Why are you yelling? We should be the one yelling to our kids, do something, because they're losing. And it was really obnoxious, really the whole time. And I was fuming inside. I'm like, are they going to shut up? Did they pay for a ticket? Is there a prize at the end? What's going on? Are we going to get a scholarship from this? What is going on? And then our team started to win a little bit, some points, okay? Then their team came back. They were like maybe 10 points different, and they came back the whole 10 points. And at the end, they won. Okay, great. We all cheer for every team. That's fine. And one dad at the end was like, Did you see? They came back 10 points. 10 points. Did you see that? Talking to another dad. And I wanted to tell him, okay, so what now? Okay, they came back 10 points, so Did they win something? Is there a prize or anything? Yeah, they get some donuts and a Gatorade. Okay.
Yeah. It's not even like healthy snacks.
Exactly. Not even
Don't.
healthy snack, okay? And I was like, is that going to be my life for the next 5 years? Because there's no way I can take those obnoxious comments for a whole hour behind my back. There's no way. It's gonna get worse. That's fifth
Now,
grade.
if it was soccer, because it was a sport that you don't care that much, what if it was soccer? How do you think that would be? Like, if like seeing the game. I think it's
I
harder
think
with soccer when you
I think
know and you're like, oh, you have to
I would
really.
have jumped him. If it was soccer, I would have jumped him. Shut up.
I
Sideline
know.
coaches. Seriously, why don't you go? Yeah, why don't you go? On the field and tell the kids how to play? If you're so good at
Yeah,
commenting and said, how what they need to do. Why don't you go
it's
there?
it's just so annoying. Just I know it's hard, especially if you understand the sport. Like you want to be like, getting into it, but you have to control yourself. Just control yourself. Keep your mouth shut if possible, and cheer when it's needed. Like clap. But me, sometimes I even like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm not gonna say anything, and then I'm like, shoot. And then I'm like, Michael. And then sometimes I look at him, you're not doing anything. I'm like, "Yep." I'm like, please look
Oh
at me,
my
Michael,
god.
because you're going to hear me telling you, you're just running up and down and you're not doing anything. So I'm going to say something. But I really avoid it because if I start, I'm going to go, I know I'm not going to stop. So I'm like, please, God, don't let me start. Don't let me say
Yeah.
anything. So I just like, oh, yeah. I clap my hands like, yeah. Like when they score, normal. The guy who's next to me yelling and having that thing with the referee for the last game, the basketball game.
Mhm.
I was like, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna be quiet. He was okay, but every time he was kind of like questioning the whole thing, and I'm like, I don't want to be yelling next to him too because he's gonna think I'm a weirdo. So I'm like, behave, Sylvia. Don't do that because it is annoying. And then people sitting behind you, like shouting, and especially if they're on for the other team, they're yelling at your face. I'm like, can you stop? I hate it. I really like that drives me. One time I moved from one side, it was soccer, believe it or not, for the age
Mhm.
group, 5 and 6 year olds.
Oh
And
my
this
god.
dad
Oh,
was a
that's serious.
freaking
Oh.
lunatic. And like a bunch of kiddos, there was even like a 4.5, like tiny kids, silly
Oh.
soccer game. And he was like, I was on the other side where his team was playing. I didn't even realize I stopped there. And he's like, yeah, let's go. I'm like, can you just shut up? It's like so annoying. You know what I did? I grabbed my chair. I'm like, oh yeah, grab my chair in front of him and went exactly to the opposite side, put my chair
Yeah.
there, and I looked at his face. I'm like, can you just like, can't you see you're being totally obnoxious? It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. Some people are clueless. So like tip number one, keep your mouth shut if possible and just like cheer in a nice and normal manner. Just don't become like the annoying parent, like because people talk about you. Sorry,
Yeah.
just saying.
You can even congratulate the other team, because at the end, actually, our kids, they congratulate each other at the end. They go
Yeah,
online and, they give their hand and they congratulate each other, at the end. So
yeah,
congratulate the other team, they won, they won.
yeah,
It's
of
a
course. It's just a
play. It's not like game. It's not like we're not watching the World Cup. Hello.
jeez, no, it's just, like it's a game. I know, like you get to a final, like big games. I know because I have, like, my boys are all into sports and it gets like, it can get crazy, like going to like a basketball final for their team, for their, like going for a
Mhm.
championship. It's a whole different, like, you can't, it's like stressful. Your heart is pounding, like it's like boom, 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 boom. It's like watching a big game on TV. But just like I just think like the whole thing is like be respectful and don't yell too much, especially if it's mixed group with other team, like both teams together, the parents. You don't want to
Mhm.
be yelling too much for the other team while the parent next to you is from the opposite team. It gets awkward, it gets too much and it's annoying. So let's cheer it, but in a good way. But it can get, I don't get me wrong, I know it gets like boils your blood because it's a lot, because you once you are in that, like you, especially if they keep moving forward. Oh my god, like Michael's last game, the championship game, was I almost couldn't even watch it because I was so nervous. I'm like, oh my god.
Really? For a
Yeah,
10-year-old?
it's because you don't know, because you've never experienced it. But if your daughter makes it to the end, to a championship, you're gonna see. Yes, it's very competitive.
Well,
It's like a game, like it's everybody's cheering and everybody gets excited. So yeah, and the same with
so
soccer and all that. So it's like a
so
real game.
we need people to control themselves then, you know. Okay,
Just
I
be
can understand,
nice. Yeah.
you get
No, just
excited, it's a championship, and so they get something at the end. What do they get at the end? Do they get like
a
a little
trophy. They get,
trophy? Okay,
yeah, yeah.
but they get a trophy. They get something. And my
Yeah.
kid, they get nothing. It's between
I
school
know.
stuff. So shut up.
Yes,
They have
it's
a
just
trophy.
yeah.
They bring something home. Then they bring nothing except donuts and Gatorade. So I don't know what the big deal is. Calm down, people.
I think
Seriously.
some people are very like there are a lot of parents who are super competitive and they
Yeah.
bring that to the children, to the children's sports. It's just like that, just want to win everything. And we can actually now move to the second. So we talked about the first one is sideline coaches, the parents who want to be coaches there, work together
Yeah.
with the coaches. And the second type of parent is the referee rage type, who likes to yell at the referee and just thinks that everything the referee. Oh yeah, I had this other guy, like this other dad, that was in a previous like a game last year. Every single thing that referee called in a basketball game, he complained about everything. And then he would look at us. He's like, "Do you see it? Come on! Like, don't you? And then he wanted some reassurance of what he was saying. He wanted us to be like, "Yeah, yeah." But I'm like, "What are you doing? Like, I don't even know what you." First of all, I don't understand half of this game. But every time he looked at us, like, "Don't you agree with me? Like, he's doing it wrong." I'm like, "Can you just be quiet?"
What was it?
So yeah,
Basketball?
basketball. Yeah, yeah.
Basketball? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't
And
understand.
I
I
was
don't
like, I
understand.
don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about, but all
So
the time.
I'm not going to be raging with you because I don't know all the rules, man.
Yeah, like I have no clue.
Yeah.
I just see the ball going to the basket. Like, is that a point? Okay, good. But other than that, I don't know.
And sometimes those parents, they will aggravate the referee for your team. Because
Yes.
you keep yelling after the referee. The referee is going to be like, okay, that's how you want to act. Okay, so, oops, I didn't see that this one was a fail or whatever.
Yeah.
It's going to be good for the other team because
Yeah.
you're annoying him.
And sometimes you get called out too. Like I've seen the referees going like, "Can you like stop, please?" Like they don't like you when you sue. Can you imagine? I don't even know how they sign up for that. Having to be a referee
Yeah.
in a kid's game must be like so. You need to have a good state of mind, very good control,
Mhm.
so that
And
you
love
can
the game.
love the
I love
game,
it.
be able to deal with parents complaining about everything. So good for them.
I see so many videos online of parents fighting at kids sport. Kids are just playing there in the field, and the parents are fighting each other at the end. I'm like, are you for real? So should be ashamed of
Jeez,
yourselves.
so imagine, so anything if they actually the -1% that makes to the NBA or to whatever, or like soccer clubs, how can
Yeah,
then it's like that you totally lose it, right? Imagine being a parent of a soccer player or a basketball
I
player.
couldn't. I don't think I could.
Oh my
I would.
god!
My heart would
Yes,
sunk all the. It's horrible. No.
every game. Oh my god! Yes, because I was
Hmm.
thinking like if I was already like that with the basketball 9-year-old championship. Imagine if it was a real thing, your child playing there and everybody counting on your child on your son or daughter
That is
to
a
play
choice.
well.
No.
Can you imagine? Like and then or they miss a
Ooh,
penalty and everybody the whole world is watching. Oh my god.
my
Yeah.
God. But
It's
even
a lot.
before that, if they play in college, it's already
Yeah.
big.
It's
They don't
huge,
even
like the
need to go to
basketball.
MBA or whatever. College here is big when they play in college. It's like championship
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's on TV and stuff.
Everybody right
So
now is watching it. It's a March Madness
uh-huh.
time, so
So
it's.
I think I will need to take a pill or something. A chill
I would
out
have to
pill.
be isolated. I would not be able to be with where everybody is. It's like a little, like a solitary room with a glass, like a door that I could see everything. But just me, just
In a cage.
a little
You can have
cage.
those you can have those nice, suite that you rent for five
Or
thousand
maybe
dollars with food, and you be in your little sweet cage over there.
just for
Nobody's
me,
gonna
yeah,
disturb you.
nobody. Nobody's
And
gonna judge me.
you can rage in there and throw stuff and yell.
Because yeah, you would be ugly and weird, and like I can't imagine the stress. So
Yeah,
interesting, something to think about if you want your kids to become a real athlete.
yeah, blood pressure.
Yeah, take our
Think about the blood
pills, take
pressure.
our medication before you attend the sport.
Yeah.
All right, so what is the third one?
Third one, we have the team takeover.
mm, I've
That
never
I
met
never
anyone.
witnessed. No, okay, thank God, but we know he exists, right?
They
So some
exist.
parents, they appoint themselves the unofficial team mom, and they end up organizing everything. They want to do the carpooling, the halftime snacks. Sometimes, they forget that other parents might have also their own ideas. So actually,
Mhm.
about that, I had the total opposite. For Eden's team, they were asking for a mom to do that. Nobody wanted to do it.
Can someone please
Please,
volunteer?
somebody, please help the coach. Because the coach didn't have time to schedule,
Yeah,
the
it's too
snack and
much.
all. It's too much.
Mhm.
So actually, I think the coach was the brother-in-law or something like that, or one of the mom, and he just like, okay, she's gonna do it. And when I saw her name, I asked her, I was like, oh, did you, you know, how do you say? Did you sacrifice yourself for this role? She's like, no,
Yeah,
he just put my name in there. But she did a good job. She did a good job. But I mean, usually I don't think anybody's fighting to do that. But some people, yeah,
some
that's what
people
they
like
want to
to
do.
be involved. Like the same with school, that they want to be involved in everything. I think it would be the same for sports too. Want to be like
Hmm.
the organizer, the one who's like, but then it's just like their way or the highway, right? It's just like, well, I mean, yeah, coming up with all these ideas, you just have to accept what it is. But I haven't really experienced that much. I know that there is
Hmm.
the side of like the parents who are the role of like team coordinator, or that we have that with baseball. There is like a team coordinator, basket
Hmm.
coordinator, like for all the things, the different things. And especially if they are the little kids, like the first time they're playing baseball or like any sports. Oh my
Yeah.
God, the parents go all in. And in this, the Team Snap, that's the app that we use to talk about for like anything baseball. For my son's group, my 4-year-old group, they don't stop sending messages. It's
Oh no.
non-stop. I'm like, guys, just
Yeah.
chill. Calm down. Can you stop? Like, oh yeah, oh it's gonna rain. Oh, it's not gonna rain. Oh my god, I hope it rains. No, I hope it doesn't rain so that they can play. Oh, they look so cute. Oh my god, it's all the time. And I just see these messages popping up. I'm already on my third. He's my third. Of course, I'm not like even half like with all the excitement for the sports that
Yeah.
these people are. I'm like, oh gosh, please just be a
Just put
little
that
less intense.
chat. Just put that group chat on mute.
On
I will put it
mute,
on mute.
yeah. Sometimes
Oh
I
yeah,
even
that's what he
miss
knows.
that. And then she keeps texting me because I'm the team coordinator because I had to volunteer for baseball.
Oh,
You
you
have
are?
to do hours. Oh no, not team coordinator. The basket. So I have to
Oh
make a
my god.
basket for the auction there. And
Ah,
I'm like,
okay.
oh, fun. Yeah, that's easy. Like you just buy a bunch of things. But she sent me,
Hmm.
I don't even know how many messages. This basket is for end of May. And I'm like, why are
Okay,
you
calm down.
texting me in February about it? I don't know. Like, it can be
Like I'm going to
anything.
remember anyway. I'm not going to
Yeah,
remember.
I clearly am not going to remember as we know what's going on. So, so I'm like,
Ah,
just wait until end of April, and then we talk about the basket. And I'm gonna make this basket, and everybody's gonna be happy, and that's it. But there is all
yeah.
that involvement, and like a lot of people like go all in, and I can't do that. But if they like it, fine. That one I won't criticize that much. Whatever. I
I
just don't
mean,
have
as
the
long,
energy for it. It's just like no.
yeah. I mean, as long as they don't want to pull you in, and
Yeah.
you have to volunteer. That's what I was looking for earlier. A volunteer, and you don't have
Mm.
to volunteer to everything, and because you don't have time, you don't want to. Go ahead, take over. The
Yeah.
the issue is when you have maybe some ideas and somebody's taking over and doesn't even ask you, or
Yeah.
maybe you want to do this or do that.
Nothing
So
that you
yeah,
say
it
is
can be,
good. Yeah, right. Like
yeah.
nothing that you come up with is good. Or like a
Ooh.
place to celebrate, like at the end of season. Like, oh, why can't we? Let's. How come? Why can't we go to this place? Oh no, I want this place. So like this pizza place. There's like those things
Mhm.
that people compete over silly things. So in the end, it's kind of silly competition. So
It's very silly.
let's move on
Very
from
silly.
that. Do some healing. Work on the inner child. What is causing
Yes.
the need to compete like that?
I wonder.
All right. So we talk about we are going to number 4 now. So we did number 1,
Yeah.
sideline coaches, number 2, referee rage, 3, the team mom takeover. Oh, the recruiter parent is number
Yeah.
4. This is a good
I
one.
think you like
Yeah,
that one.
I like that one. Really like it. They just think their kid is gonna be the next Michael Jordan. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Even when they don't have the height, which is an interesting thing.
Oh,
But
don't get me started with this. Don't get me started. That will be after the show. My
yeah,
God.
this is like this is
Yeah,
for
that's
the
like
members only. Okay.
yeah, remember? Yeah, remind me that later. Oh my God. Anyway.
Yeah, so there is that type of parent who really think we all want our children to do very well and to possibly get a sponsorship for a school. That would be great,
Mhm.
right? Scholarship
Yeah.
sponsorship, like a scholarship for a university. That would be awesome. Like we all would love to have that. But we have also to be realistic
Yes.
and to see how many other children are competing. Doesn't mean that you're going to compete less or do less sports, but you can't just act like your child is the best player that nobody else is good, because it's guaranteed it's going to be like number 1 athlete at some like Ivy League university. What are the odds of that happening? So you don't need to just like let sports take over your life because you
Mhm.
think your child is going to be an Ivy League athlete, college athlete, because they can't take over your life. People just spend the whole weekend traveling. They have no social life.
No.
The kid doesn't have any social life because they don't play with
Yeah.
their friends because they have no time to play with their friends because they have to be practicing all the time. So how about thinking about a balance where the quality of life of the children and of the parent is like a good balance, because they also need to be children and have fun.
We kind of lost, I didn't say we lost some friends, but there's one couple. I remember when I first went with my husband, there was this group and there was this couple. They were always there at every parties. Then the son started doing like competitive skiing. So
Skiing.
competitive skiing.
Wow.
So every
Uh-huh.
weekend they were going to Tahoe all the time.
Oh.
Then they bought a place there. This way they can just stay there, when he was competing. I'm telling you, I haven't seen them in 10 years. Completely disappear. We haven't seen them. They disappear. I see them maybe online. I don't even see her on Facebook anymore. She used to be on Facebook all the time putting stuff. So maybe they moved on to something. I don't even know where they live anymore, but they just disappear. When they started talking about that skiing stuff, disappear. And then we have those other friends doing what is that? Not baseball, softball for kids. Is it
For
softball?
softball for girls. Yeah, I think it's
Well, for
is that a
girls,
girl?
they have both girl and a boy. So when she's doing softball, he's doing baseball. Same thing because she's really good at it apparently. So the
Oh,
coach
so they
noticed
are
that
in
she was
a
really good.
like a team, like a
Yeah,
club or
like
more. Mhm.
a club, yeah. And the coach told her because I think they just did that at the beginning, like, no, you need to play some sport, right? But I think the coach noticed that she was good, and he said to them, oh, you need to enroll her, in the team, blah blah blah. I'm telling you, no life. The whole life is around softball and baseball for the men.
Yeah.
We barely see them, and every time we have something, oh no, we have a game. Oh, we come after the game. Oh, every weekend there's a freaking game, and you have to volunteer at the snack bar or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, yeah, and you have to do the volunteer.
So
Oh
they have
no.
gone. One disappear with the skin. Those are like hanging on in one thread. Who was trying to put them in? So yeah, it takes over your freaking life. One of my friends, her son is in
And
water
money,
polo and
money too.
money. Yeah, because you have to pay for the trip and everything. One of my friends, her kids is all her kids. She has like 4. They're all doing water polo, but the oldest one wake up at 5 a.m. So when he didn't have his driving license, the dad has to wake up at the same time as him to drive him to the pool to train. Then he goes to school, and after school he has water polo again. Then when he got like a bit bigger, he was doing lifeguard. So then you have to drive him to his job. So now, thank God, he has his driving license. He can,
You
drive
can do
himself
it.
around. But I think for 3 years it was hell because you have to drive them all around all day long. being a chauffeur
Yeah.
with this 5 a.m. Leave me alone.
It's intense, you know? It's way.
No. And I think you have to be at the pool at 5 a.m. or you had to wake up at, I don't even remember if you had to be at the pool like at 6 a.m. before school.
Maybe
So you
6
have to wake
a.m.
up
at
at 5.
school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. But I know there was a 5 a.m. So if that kid doesn't have a scholarship,
Oh, he better.
no,
Yeah,
he better
he
because
better.
there's a lot of sacrifices. So he better get something. I think he will actually. I think he will. I think he's very good. So I mean
Yeah.
at least that one. But yeah, it's taking over your life. And as a non-born American, it's really hard for us to understand that,
Yeah.
because I think it's typically American, and as an immigrant, I mean, in
So
France,
different.
we're not intense with sport like that. No freaking way. It
No,
doesn't.
no way.
It doesn't take over your life like this. The parents are barely involved.
Oh, yeah.
If the
It's
parents
like,
are
oh,
not,
yeah, you want to play soccer? Okay, go play soccer on the,
go
on the
play soccer.
streets.
Yeah. Or if he gets noticed by a recruiter,
Yeah.
by chance, he goes to a
Mhm.
club and he lives there and blah, 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 But you
That's how
don't
it
follow him
is.
around, I think in Brazil it's the same, right?
It's the same. And they pay for the whole thing too, right? Like
Yeah,
when they find it, because it's usually people with no money that they see the
exactly.
recruiters just see them and like, okay, we'll take them to the club and
Yeah,
they take care of everything. And
yeah.
here, no, people just spend thousands and hundreds of thousands, God knows how much in the end. So
You have
gotta
to
be
fly
smart.
everywhere.
You have to be smart with that. Because I want them to play sports because I think it's great for the confidence, for like emotional intelligence. It's awesome
Yeah,
to know, learn how to lose, how to win, like how to use your
Mhm.
brain to like for tactics and everything. It's amazing.
Mhm.
Like it's very
Mhm.
good. It just doesn't
Yeah.
need to be like all the extremes, It's all about balance, guys. All about balance.
Yeah, I mean, they're not
Yeah.
all going to end up NBA or with the Giants.
No,
So,
unfortunately, no. I hate to
you
say, I
know,
hate to tell the truth,
yeah.
but
And you know what? If it happens,
if
good
it
for them.
happens,
If it
great, yeah.
happens, it
But
will
it's a
happen. I
very
don't think,
minimum chance. But yeah, it can happen. Like
yeah,
a lottery, you can win the lottery. You
win.
can. Anyone can.
Practically.
I mean,
But
yeah,
I mean, if it's written in the star, it will happen. I don't think
yeah,
you need to spend your whole life, the whole weekend there. And no,
yeah,
no, no. I love my life too much to spend my whole weekend on a freaking field, rain, snow, and freaking sun all year long. No, no, no.
I
So
would
sometimes
rather be
even
at a wine, a Napa wine
like
tasting.
this thing. Yes. Yeah, for
That's great
example,
for my mental health.
mental health, some wine. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, okay, parents, if your kids
yeah,
is gonna make it, you don't need to recruit anybody, okay, to do the recruiter. A
yeah.
recruiter will find your kid, okay? You don't need to do it.
Yeah, this is the basics of the basics. So get them
Yeah,
ready. Don't go crazy. And if it's meant to be, it's gonna happen. And like you said, the recruiter is going to find him or her. So you
yeah,
can chill, have a good quality of life. You can enjoy your life because
yeah,
soon enough they're gonna be in college and they're gonna be gone, and you're just so busy doing all these things. You're not even doing fun things together, right? Like
yeah.
traveling, having good, creating good memories. So think about
And
that.
it's a whole year. Yeah, there's no break. Every time I talk to my friend, I'm like, do you even have a break from that sport? I think it's only the summer.
Yeah, I
And it's the
know.
whole the whole year is that. I'm like, wow,
No, we
okay.
need breaks. We need
Yeah, yeah.
breaks.
So what's
All
the next
right.
one?
Next
Oh, we're done.
one and last one. We can do one more before we
Yeah.
go because you're running out of time. So the next one and last one
Yes, we-
is that's a little bit nasty though. If a parent does that, it's a little bit nasty.
Yeah.
The comparative parent. They're always comparing their child's performance to others. And this parent can't help but point out how much better their child is at sports than their peers. So they're gonna say, did you see how fast Sarah ran? Like that, like they're gonna talk about how great their
Mhm.
children are or their child is and kind of talk down on the other, say like, oh, mine is an athlete. Oh, do you see how many scores, how many baskets he got? This is not good sports, not very professional to say
Yeah,
the
I
least.
mean,
To be
yeah.
like mean, that's kind of mean and nasty, to be honest. I don't like that. especially
Maybe.
saying that to other parents, like
Yes.
commenting, oh yeah, did you see that one? Oh, if it wasn't for that one, you'd have won. Like, really, it's just so
Say that
small.
behind their back, like everybody else.
No, I'm saying like
Say
saying
that to their
behind the
face.
back. No, but I was saying
Huh?
like exactly that, saying behind the back. They're not gonna say that on the face, but they're gonna
That's
say
what
that
I.
behind the back with other parents,
Mhm.
like, oh, did you see? If it wasn't for that other
No,
kid.
but I mean, not in the environment with all the parents. Say that behind their back at home to your husband
Oh,
or to,
okay,
you know
okay.
what
At
I mean?
home with your family.
Mhm.
Yeah,
In your
not to other
family,
parents and
not to other
yeah,
parents. You
yeah,
don't need to talk about that. Like, oh, my kid is the best, and look at that one. Are you crazy?
yeah. Because you can,
And
like, of course, you're gonna at home, you're gonna say, I mean, at home you can say any kind of things,
you talk
but
about
with
crap.
other parents, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, because that one didn't play well. If it wasn't for that one, yeah, it's mean and
Yeah,
unnecessary, unnecessary to do that, to talk about
yeah,
and think your child is better than anyone else. So go ahead and send him to I don't know, for a recruiter to find him if he's so good. You shouldn't even be playing like
exactly.
this little league sports with these little other kids. It's all
Yeah,
everybody working together and they're all having fun. They're small kids, they're kids. Okay, we're not talking about college kids. You're talking about like kids that are not even 10 and people lose
no,
their
right?
mind. So just saying, maybe
And for
some
me,
meditation would help.
I believe that if your kid is that good, the coach is gonna see it. And the coach is going to talk to you and say, you know what, his or her is good, and you need to put
Has
in a different
potential, right?
training.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has potential. Blah blah blah. They're going to talk to you. They are the professional. They are the one who can see talent. Okay, they know
Yeah.
what's going on. You
Not
are not a
yeah.
professional in sport, so unless you work in sport, then okay, you can say whatever you want.
Even
But
if you do, you're gonna be a biased parent. If you're a
yeah,
coach, if you're imagine you coaching your child playing a sport. I
yeah,
mean, it's kind of you shouldn't even be allowed, to be honest, to be on the same team because there is
mm.
a bias. There is that. The bias is gonna be right there. It's your child playing, and you're coaching the team. I don't really like it that much. I don't think it
But
should be
sometimes, I mean, oh, you mean for out of
school
school,
for
right?
kids. Yeah, like
Because
I
school
mean
sometimes
for
then you don't have a choice. There's nobody wants to do it,
yeah,
so parents
somebody
are
know.
just to
Yeah,
do
there
it.
is that
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
but it's not that competitive at school. I don't think at school, sometimes unless
Oh no.
unless for that parents that they were yelling. But I think when it's like outside and you have like a trophy and something, I think you get even more competitive. No?
Oh, our school, like they play against other schools, right?
Yeah,
So but it's parents coaching there. The
yeah, yeah.
parents
Me too.
coach,
Yeah.
but I wish they didn't. The dad didn't need to be or the mom on the same team of the child. It could be in another team because there's
Yeah.
usually 3 teams for one grade, so it could
Yeah.
be like different so that you don't have that. And the dads are also involved in picking the kids for the different levels of like the team A, team B, team C. It's the
Mm,
parents who are picking.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it should be an outside panel that would do the selection, and put the boys and girls in like team A, team B, team C, with no
Mhm.
parent involvement, because I think there is bias big time, and they compete. It's crazy. These people they compete like they think it's like their lives. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, good thing nobody from school listened to my podcast, huh? So I'm good.
You never know. We're having more and more people listening now.
Just no one from my school, okay, guys? Keep your distance from my podcast.
So before we go, so let's do some shout out to people who are listening to us, because
Oh yes.
we're so grateful to see all those different countries listening to us. Of course, always America, California, always top one, no problem. Virginia, Texas, and I think what was the third one? I think that's Washington State also.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Nice.
yeah, Washington. So thank you very much, and a lot of German people listening. Thank you, Germany.
Love you, Germany.
Yeah. Australia, United Kingdom, and Netherlands. Thank you very
Mexico.
much. Mexico, yeah. Thank you, Mexico.
Yes.
So yeah,
So
don't
very
forget.
very grateful for all of you, and
Yes.
yes, spread the word, share it with your friends so that we can have more people and we can reach
Hmm.
more moms, and let's have fun together.
Yeah, exactly. So, what did we learn today? We learned that we have to be patient and nice.
And nice
Yeah.
and down to earth. We have to be
Down to earth.
patient, nice, down to earth, respectful, and
Realistic.
you need to try to enjoy life more.
Yes, please don't let your kids' life take over yours.
As much as we love them, yes.
Exactly. Thank you very much, and we talk to you next Monday.
Bye. Take care.
Thank you for tuning in to High Vibes and a Mic. Until next time, laugh hard, stay silly, and never forget to bring your sense of humor. Please follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest.